Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you Marvel October for December 2024 Solicitations. Oh, Venom issue 1. Who is the all-new Venom? Let's see what's kind of going on here. And we've got Wolverine issue 1. Take it at the back, so let's crack into this. This actually looks pretty good. Ultimate Universe, 1 year in. But let's crack to this. Time Slide issue 1. Steve Foxy? There's an E at the end. Sometimes it's silent, but like, if you can go Foxy, go Foxy. Ivan Fiorelli. What is the fate of the Marvel Universe? An X-Man from the future arrives in the present with a dire warning. One of mutant kind's most hyper-advanced foes is eating his way through time, trying to stop the X-gene from ever evolving in the first place. Only 2 X-Men can stop this chronal predator from achieving his goal. If they can tolerate working together long enough, join Bishop and Cable on a trip through futures past, present, and beyond. Your first look at the most unforgettable stories of 2025 begins here. 56 pages, $6.99. Well, that sounds kind of crazy and gnarly. Lara Kinney, Wolverine issue 1. Erica Schultz, Giada Belviso. The best mutant defense. Wolverine takes the fight to those who stand as enemies of mutant kind. Lara Kinney was bred to be the ultimate assassin as X-23. She's long left that life behind, but as she encounters mutants being forced to use their powers against their will, Wolverine takes it upon herself to right these wrongs, no matter who stands in her way. Dynamic scripter Erica Schultz, Hallows Eve, X-23, Deadly Regenesis, and rising star artist Giada Belviso, Bloodhunters, and Ms. Marvel Annual bring Wolverine on her first mission abroad in the From the Ashes era as Lara takes the fight to mutant oppressors wherever they may hide. 32 pages, $4.99. Interesting. As we're also getting Logan doing stuff too. Here we go. All New Venom issue 1. Al Ewing, Carlos Gomez. Who is the all new Venom? The smiling, swashbuckling spider hero New York loves to hate to love is back and more fun-loving than ever. That's right. It's Venom. An all-new host is taking the symbiote in a whole new direction. But who? It could be the journalist, the terrorist, the sidekick, or even the mayor. We're giving you all the clues, good believers, but you won't know until the mask comes off. Writer Al Ewing, Venom, Immortal Thor take Venom in a completely new direction with artist Carlos Gomez, Fantastic Four, The Amazing Mary Jane. Ooh, been doing... Oh, shit. That'll be some good art then. Bringing the story to gorgeous life. 40 pages, $4.99. I do love the cover and look there and the gold. It seems to be doing stuff that's linking more towards showcasing that Luke Cage would be it, because we see Luke Cage here, but I think that's a little bit easy. We'll have to see, but I mean, it'll be interesting to learn about it. So if you're into it, go for it. I've been liking Al Ewing's stuff on the Immortal Thor. We also got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, kind of linking up the MCU kind of stuff. So check that out. 1 of 5, Christos Gage, Epic Gap Stewart. Infinity Watch, 1 of 5. Derek Landy, Rurari Coleman, which of course links up to the Avengers Annual that I just finished. Who is the most powerful? Sorry Thor, sorry Hulk. These are the 7 most powerful people in the universe, each wielding one of the embodiments of all power in existence, the Infinity Stones. Half of the Stone Bearers are villains, and the other half certainly aren't Hall of Fame heroes, so what does this mean for the Marvel Universe? If Star has anything to say about it, we can start calling it the Star Universe. Can Colleen Wing or Phil Coulson possibly tilt the balance towards good? 32 pages, $4.99. So we'll have to see how that goes. Thanos is probably going to be their main kind of villain. TVA issue 1 of 5. Catherine Blair, Perez. Oh, for all times, always. The Time Variance Authority has long watched over the timeline, protecting it from dangerous variations that could cause the end of everything. Now, as the organization begins to expand its tolerance of variance, it's enlisted some new recruits from timelines that have been wiped from existence. Captain Peggy Carter, super soldier of her world. Gambit, despondent and aimless from the loss of his lady love. And this can't be right. Spider-Gwen, has her world been destroyed? Writer Catherine Blair, Loki Season 2. Oh, interesting. And artist Perez, Carnage Spider-Woman, bring a touch of cinematic flair to the bureaucracy at the end of time. 32 pages, $4.99. That could be interesting, especially since that's linking up with the writer who evidently was with Loki Season 2. Ooh, here we go. 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man issue 63. Writer Justina Ireland. Interesting. So we're going with thought Joe Kelly was... He might do... Huh. This'll be interesting. I guess we're going to be getting different writers and everything. I'm not familiar with her work, but I will see what's going on. Artist Gleb Melnikov. Not? I don't know their work. Fate Deaths of Spider-Man continues. Spider-Man finds himself face-to-face with Cyrios, Scion of Sidorak. Cyrios represents the inevitability of time and takes Spider-Man on a heartbreaking tour through Peter Parker's past and future in excruciating detail. How many deaths will Spider-Man spend trying to alter his past and save his future? Then, of course, 64, same writer and artist. Sidorak's most dangerous scion, Calyx, and his deadly Crimson Canines take their turn to inflict physical pain on Spider-Man. Spidey doesn't have many deaths left to spend. I'm kind of confused. I thought that was more going to be Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness. I mean, I'm not adverse to seeing new kind of people and everything like that. We'll just see how this kind of works out. Huh. Marvel Holidays, Tales to Astonish. That looks interesting as they're fighting a giant snowman. Kid Pool and Spider-Boy, so if you're into the sidekicks, that's kind of one to look for. Wolverine issue 1, Benjamin Percy, Raffaele Ianico. Wolverine rides again in its first ongoing series. It's hellfire-fueled, claw-slashing action in the mighty Marvel manner as Wolverine blazes a new path across the Marvel Universe. The demon Bagra Ghul possessed Wolverine, turning him into a killing machine, but Logan is no stranger to caging the beast within his soul, and the demon learned his heroic ways. Now it's a resurrected Akihiro, and the two must learn to live as one, the Wolverine. But they can't do it alone. Enter Doctor Strange, brought to you by the writer who put the Hellfire in Wolverine, Benjamin Percy, and blazing hot artist Raffaele Ianico. Star Wars Darth Vader. It's time to see why this new character has so much heat in issue 1 of this fan-demanded ongoing series. 32 pages, $4.99. Interesting. And this one, Hellhunters, 1 of 5. Philip Kennedy Johnson and Adam Gorham. Ghost Rider 44, 1944. As U.S. Sergeant Sal Romero is parachuting in Nazi-occupied Europe, young Nazi officer Felix Bruckner becomes the host for an unspeakable evil. In the aftermath of their violent meeting, Romero is reborn as Ghost Rider 44, which sets out not only to take revenge on Bruckner and the Nazis, but to save mankind from annihilation. Featuring an all-star cast of Marvel's most badass heroes, don't miss the origin of the Incredible Hulk's Ghost Rider 44. 32 pages, $4.99. That looks fucking nuts. Nuts and gnarly. Ooh, Wolverine, Bucky. Alright, here we go. Ultimate Universe 1 year in. Issue 1. Deniz Camp, Johannes Sharif, that's what it is. Yeah. Clock is ticking down to the Maker's arrival. Denise Camp flips the narrative on the Ultimates and takes us inside the Maker's Council. The heroes of the Ultimate Universe aren't the only ones who have been preparing for the return of the Maker, and the clock is ticking down. This unique one-shot sets the stage for the second year of the Ultimate line, and includes the debut of the Ultimate versions of 2 major Marvel characters, 40 pages, $5.99. Ooh, especially with Fury there. Okay, interesting. Ultimate Black Panther, Issue 11. Brian Hill, Stefano Casilli. A new villain joins the fray. Black Panther's war of attrition against Moon Knight becomes more complicated as Wakanda's defense must become two-pronged. Plus, T'Challa discovers vibranium in his blood, bringing with it even more visions and more mystery. It's like, and this could potentially be the Sorcerer Supreme. It's like, ooh, interesting. Let's see what happens with that. Ultimate Spider-Man Issue 12. Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicciotto. A very merry Spider Christmas. Season's greetings from the Parker family. But why is Peter acting so strangely during the most wonderful time of the year? And what's got Gwen so concerned? Don't miss the thrilling conclusion of the second arc of the first year of Ultimate Spider-Man. That's kind of cool there. Let's see. Ultimate X-Men Issue 10. Enter Viper. Viper enters the stage after a mass raid on the cult known as the Children of the Atom. What has the Maker's Council been doing with this cult's mutants? And what of the mysterious figure they've been keeping prisoner? Hisako and her friends face a new world order as the raid leaves mutants unleashed. Ooh. And the Ultimates Issue 7. Who are the Ultimates? New story arc begins. Perfect jumping on point for the uninitiated. The aftermath of the Exposed's last issue, including the loss of a major member. Join the Ultimates in their secret HQ as they regroup and launch their bold new plan to change the world. Ooh, cool. Deadpool team up with Spider-Gwen? West Coast Avengers Issue 2. New member Firestar flames out. Firestar officially joins the West Coast Avengers, but the plan for her to mentor redeemed villains like Ultron and newcomer Blue Bolt collapses when it becomes clear she's seeking redemption of her own. Her time undercover with Orcus left scars and made her a pariah. Can the West Coast Avengers stop her downward spiral? Shit. Damn. That is a crazy looking cover there. Sabretooth, the dead don't talk. That looks crazy. Storm and Psylocke. Those covers look pretty cool. Alright, we got Mystique 3 of 5, Sentinels 3 of 5, X-Men Issue 8, Raid on Grey Malkin Part 1. With one of their own incarcerated, the X-Men move on Grey Malkin prison in order to free their teammate. But it's not just one team. In Alaska, Cyclops' X-Men scramble a rescue mission, while in Louisiana, Rogue's X-Men move to strike out on their own sortie. Doctrinal rivals, each with their own objective. These two fractious teams find themselves at cross purposes after all. An X is made of two lines crossing. 32 pages, 499. That is crazy seeing Rogue punch Cyclops like that. Then we get the Uncanny X-Men Issue 7. Raid on Grey Malkin Part 2. The Grey Malkin raid continues as two conflicting teams of X-Men come to a crossroads at Grey Malkin Prison, formerly Xavier's Institute. As if the perimeter protocols and the prison's mutant trustees weren't enough, team leaders Rogue and Cyclops find themselves at war over the uncertain legacy of Charles Xavier. That's crazy. And then we get X-Men Issue 8 here, continuing to Part 3. Rogue and Cyclops comes to blows as emotions come to a head, pitting the two groups of X-Men against one another in a place where their only chance for survival is to stand together. Xavier's dream lies shattered, and broken edges always draw blood. So, shit, looking like Psylocke and Wolverine going at it. Nyx Issue 6, Phoenix Issue 6, X-Factor 5. Crazy looking there. It's kind of nutty that we're getting crossovers like that, but I guess they're thinking, hey, you're going to be reading all the X-Men. It's like, not in all cases. Exceptional X-Men and Dazzler 4. They're really going all out on the X-Men. X-Force Issue 6, Wolverine Issue 4. We get Constrictor. Holy shit. That looks like a pretty cool cover. Wolverine Revenge going on. Deadpool Wolverine Weapon Extraction. Nice to have Werewolf by Night and Moonfist Fist of Khonshu. They are going fucking gnarly there. Here we go. Avengers Issue 21. Avengers vs. X-Men. Jed McKay pits his Avengers against his X-Men in a story that sows the seeds for some major future developments. Captain Marvel and Cyclops square off. Scarlet Witch and Magneto finally confront their history, and Storm's loyalties are put to the test. Ooh, that's still $3.99. That's a crazy looking cover. Very interesting to see how that works since he's writing both of them. Fantastic Four, Issue 27. When Kala, Skrull, and adopted daughter of Ben Grimm and Alicia Masters, sees her brother, Joe Venn, get in trouble at school and be sent to the principal's office, she does the sisterly thing, which is, of course, to shapeshift into a double of their father, Ben, to get him out of it. And when her cousin Valeria gets in trouble, Reed Richards arrives to get her off the hook, and soon Sue Storm is excusing Franklin for his misbehavior, too. So we're going to be focusing on the kids. Interesting. But when she gets caught in her deceptions and grounded, things go from bad to worse when a supervillain attacks and the Fantastic Four are nowhere to be seen. Questions of strength, superpowers, identity, and love all come to a head as lives hang in the balance. $3.99. Ooh, looks like Mole Man's popping up, so hopefully that would be interesting. I would be interested to see how the kid Fantastic Four, I don't like to say kid, but it's setting them up as like the next iteration of the Fantastic Four, with Valeria pretty much being Reed. We got Franklin almost kind of as Johnny, I guess. And Kala might be like, Nikki might be kind of more kind of Sue-like, and Joe being kind of like the Ben kind of Grimm kind of one. That's just how I'm putting them on, but it'll be interesting to see what they go on with that. Some facilities. Ghost Spider and Miles Morales. I do like Miles' suit there. That's nice. Spectacular Spider-Man Issue 10. Spider-Boy. Avengers Assemble 4/5. Spirits of Vengeance Issue 4. Blood Hunters 5/5. Blade Red Band 3/5. a lot more red bands, so it's interesting to see that kind of popping up more. Pet pool party? Okay. Deadpool. Scarlet Witch. God damn, that is a freaky ass looking Scarlet Witch cover. Captain America issue 16. The New Warriors 3 Part 3. Captain America, Spider-Man, and Thor are trapped in a mirror dimension harboring Bronxton's glory days, and ghosts of Thor's failures are ready to exact their revenge. Can Cap and Spidey help free Thor of his past, or is Bronxton's history doomed to repeat itself forever? That sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Alright, the Stark Rocks in War. Iron Man, issue 3. The Iron Man goes medieval. It's the Iron Swordman versus the Iron Monger. Desperate to keep Stark Unlimited out of the hands of Roxxon and AIM, Tony stopped pulling punches. But sabotage attacks are getting him nowhere, while the board vote proceeds full speed. And when he finds out who's really behind the acquisition efforts, all hell's gonna break loose. The Ironmonger's dark secret will be revealed in the final chapter of the Stark Rocks in War. 32 pages, $3.99. That's kind of cool that it's a $3.99 one. And that's a fucking bomb-ass cover there with the fucking sword, man. That just looks gnarly. And then we get pretty much the end of the Conquest stuff. We get the Incredible Hulk issue 20. Wolves at the Door. In the aftermath of Banner and Charlie's dramatic escape from Las Vegas, they're back on the road and lying low, or so Banner thinks. But as Charlie goes off at night to revel in the newfound power she doesn't understand, she's found by Werewolf by Night, who warns her about the consequences of what she's done, what she's becoming. Meanwhile, Hulk is hunted down by one of those consequences, one of the oldest, most powerful creatures on Earth, the immortal wolf demon, Varkalak. 32 pages, $3.99. It's like, okie dokie there. That sounds nuts. Marvel Zombies, Namer 5 of 8. Interesting to have a one of like 5 of 8. Daredevil 16. Alligator Loki. That looks pretty cool. And the Immortal Thor. Issue 18. Thor versus his oldest foes. On Asgard, Thor has been outplayed by the Enchantress, and their game would have vast consequences for the Golden Realm. And on Earth, the self-styled gods of Midgard make their bid to take the kingdoms of mankind for their own. This is the story of the immortal Thor and the heir to the throne of all. It's like, I really like that cover. That's kind of nuts seeing it in his helmet like that. And those are all that. We've got alien stuff. We've got some interesting kind of collections popping up. Ooh, Strange Academy. Annihilation. Wolverine by Jason Aaron. Some Masterworks. Alright. Trade paperbacks by Ultimates and everything. Yeah. And then some other kind of stuff. So, overall, I think this was pretty cool. I see that we're really setting up and doing stuff with Venom. Even though I won't get that, I'm intrigued to see who it's going to be and what's kind of going on. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with X-Men, though I do kind of think that it sucks that we get Part 1 in X-Men, Part 2 in the Uncanny X-Men, and Part 3 back in X-Men. It always throws off shit. If you're doing a part, do the part centralized to this certain kind of team in their book, and do the other kind of parts in the other one. It's always kind of nutty with that. I'm gonna be watching out for what's going on with the Amazing Spider-Man, because I thought that Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness were gonna be doing the majority of the creative team for it, and then finding out that we're getting Justina Ireland and Gleb Melkinoff as them, pretty much taking up for these two. I'm like, okay, so what's going to be going on here? Are we going to get a set creative team, or are we going to have one, like, Joe Kelly is going to start it, and then we're going to get other ones that pop up? That's going to be kind of nutty. We'll see how that works out. Not saying that it's going to be bad, but it can lead to some crazy inconsistencies that could potentially pop up if the creative teams aren't on the same page. But the X-Men ones I'm looking forward to. Thor, I'm definitely looking forward to see what's going on with those gods. I'm definitely interested to see what's going on with the Avengers fighting the X-Men and how that's going to go down. And Fantastic Four, I always like checking out what's going on with the younger kind of Fantastic Four generation, seeing them kind of do their own kind of stuff and deal with the stuff that they can only deal with. And Captain America and Iron Man, I'm really looking forward to, because I like seeing Cap, Thor, and Spidey kind of teaming up, and seeing Iron Man deal with a kind of like Corpo War, what's going on. It's interesting that it's going to be the conclusion for that arc for just 3 issues, so we'll see how that kind of works out and sets up. So there's a lot of interesting things. We'll have to keep our eyes and ears out for what's going on. Tell me what you guys are looking forward to, even though the ones that I kind of like skipped over, if you're looking more into those. Yeah, so tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.